Welcome back, everybody. Now, July is the month where South Africans honor and commemorate the late Nelson Mandela. The 100K Shoes for Madiba is one of the many activities taking place under the broader Mandela Day campaign. And this year, they will be heading all over the country in a massive charity ride to Margate, then on KZNs South Coast in support of this campaign. The goal of this initiative is to provide children with the necessary basic human need, which is shoes. And this morning, we're joined by the spokesperson, Roleta Lebelo, to share more on this particular initiative. A very good morning to you, Roleta, and welcome.
Good morning to you too.
Yeah, so what inspired this initiative and why did you see it important to be part of it?
Look, there's a great need out there. There are a lot of unfortunate, needy kids out there who are very unfortunate when it comes to financial well-being. And us having grown in the circumstances that we've grown in as members of 1 million school shoes, we saw that this needs to be addressed one or the other. And when we went out and we saw it still alive out there, we thought that we should do something. And that is what inspired us to stand up and do something.
And I suppose it was also inspired by Madiba's core values such as Ubuntu, selfless service to the community.
Yes, especially this year's particular one. You must remember that 1 million itself started in 2015, late somewhere. And then this year, because we are celebrating an international icon, we decided what can we do given the values that he stood for, you know, and we decided why can't we push ourselves to raise 100,000 school shoes for this year alone and give it to the needy out there. And that's why we are where we are today.
So how many people have joined on this journey?
Look, we continue to call upon people. We cannot necessarily give a clear number. People come and companies also come, and we are still appealing. I mean, you can imagine 100K school shoes. That is under the backdrop of the fact that we still have 1 million that we want to give out in the years to come. So you can imagine it's not a child's play. So if we could have a united South Africa and a united community overall, nation coming to join us and do this with us, because alone we cannot raise our shoes. So we appeal to people out there to come and donate, come and ask about our program and come do this with us. And make every day a Mandela Day. We should. We have no choice.
So which areas in particular that we will focus on that people will immensely benefit from?
Look, because we are a South African broadly type of an NGO, we focus on all the provinces, okay? But what we do is that we look at schools that are in quintile 1 and quintile 2. And then we go out there, we work with municipalities, we work with the community itself, we work with the SGBs and the teachers to help us in identifying these school kids that they see every day do not have school shoes. You can imagine how much it affects them. There are schools where we go to and kids cannot even come to school because they're looked at, they're laughed at, you know. So we want to provide them with the necessary way. So they do not have to worry about how they look like, and they can only focus on the education because we'll have that sorted out, the regalia that they need to wear.
Sure, absolutely. Now, your first leg of this initiative took place last weekend, I understand?
Yes.
How did that go, and what's your next stop?
Last weekend, we had the bikers in the South Coast. And unfortunately, due to the weather, they couldn't continue with their own type of event. But what they did is bikers who are around 2,500 in Durban, South Coast, who were saying, look, we're going to ride for your cause, you know. And as and when they ride, they raise the school shoes. As and when they join the mass drive, they also come with shoes and give that to us. So because of the weather, it couldn't happen, but they still came on board and say, look, we could help however way that we can. And they still made a shout out to all the riders to say, please bring in a pair and still support this. So it's a different type of, initiatives that will be joining. People are coming to us to say, look, how best can we help you? And we're also so flexible and free to say, look, if you do
indeed. How do they join? How do we join this initiative?
No, you just call us. Really, just drop us an email.
What's the email address?
dubembuyazi@gmail.com. You use that. And then you come forth and then we see how we join anything. We're very flexible. We can join you in your own campaign, but as long as we'll get shoes out of it, because ours also is to make sure that we give back.
Dubembuyazi@gmail.com.
At gmail.com, yes. If people can send whatever queries, whatever kind of contribution, and even monetary,
unfortunately, we have to end it there. But thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Great initiative this is.
All right.
Well, that was Roleta Lebelo sharing more on his on the initiative to raise 100K school shoes as part of the Nelson Mandela centenary. Now, this campaign is going to run until the end of the year. Let's now go back to the Morning Live stage, and Benchmark is ready to